Hi, it's Jan from YouMakeItSimple.com. We're in the sewing room today, and I'm going to show you another quick and easy sewing tutorial on how to make these DIY top knot stretchy headbands. These are great for babies and children, and it's a quick and easy sewing project. Let's go over the few materials and items that you'll need. So these headbands can be made from any stretchy knit fabric. I love, of course, to use UPCYCLED T-SHIRT. This is an upcycled dress that I have made several things from. You'll need a pair of fabric scissors. A rotary cutter always comes in handy. A few pins. You can make these using a sewing machine, a serger, and you can also sew them by hand. You'll need a measuring tape to measure the head that you're making these for. And if you don't have access to the person that you're making these for, you can print and download the PDF that I have available, and I'll put the link in the description below, that has the average head circumference chart. You can make these to fit any size of head. Let's jump right into the instructions. To make your top knot headband, simply measure your head, and that will be the measurement of the width, and it is 6 inches wide. If you have, this is pretty stretchy fabric, and you can see how I have cut that on the stretch. This was an upcycled t-shirt that I'm making a headband with. If you have a t-shirt or fabric that's not real stretchy, you might want to add like a 1/2 inch to your head measurement, but this is just my head measurement, and that will stretch enough and give us enough allowance to make that knot on top. Fold the strip in half with right sides together lengthwise. Take it to your sewing machine or serger and sew all the way down that top edge. You can also use a regular sewing machine, but just make sure you're using a small zigzag stitch, or you can use that lightning bolt stitch, just a little zigzag stitch, so when you stretch the headband, the seams aren't going to pop and break. Take the headband and turn it inside out. This is such a wide headband that you really don't even need to use a turning stick. You can just use your fingers, gather it up like this, and turn it inside out. Bring the seam in the center and then cross it over and make a loose knot. Bring the short ends together, apply them so that the seam is on the outside, and you can use a serger or your sewing machine to sew that edge closed. I'm using like a 3/8 inch seam allowance or 1/2 inch, just so I can make sure I'm getting all those layers. And a trick for when you're using the serger and you don't want those tails off the end or any bulkiness at the end is to start in the middle and stitch till you come to the end. Use your hand wheel, turn it towards you, so you take a few stitches off the fabric. Lift up your presser foot, gently pull it back a bit so the threads unwind a little bit there, and then flip it over. Bring the edge of the fabric right down to where the needles will be coming down. Bring your presser foot back down and sew. Till the other end, same thing. And then I'll just angle off in the center. Then you have that nice clean edge. To make it so that you don't have that seam exposed, simply slide your knot down, turn it right side out so it's flat like that, and then you're going to bring that knot over the top of that seam and just kind of hide it in there. There you have that top knot headband, no seam in the back, nice and comfortable and cozy. You can make these any size. Just get your head measurements. So wasn't that a quick and simple project? You can have a bunch of these made up in no time at all. They make great gifts. You can also make them up to sell if you are ambitious and want to do that. Be sure to check out my other headband tutorials and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do have a PDF bundle pattern that has all 6 of my headbands tutorials and patterns. Be sure to check that out. I'll put the link in the description below. Have a wonderful day. Get out your sewing machine and make something fun, and we'll see you next time.